Guys, look at what we have got here. Finally we've got the Escort Cosworth out. It is on the road, running with no problems. Touch wood. We are going to be okay today for a video. I'm going to talk about the car. I'm going to get into what I think about the car. I'm going to talk about some of the problems that I've encountered in the next part of the video. So let's jump in and let's get into it. Fingers crossed we get to do this video. This car has given me quite a few issues in my ownership. I've owned it 9 months and I've had it on the road for probably 2 or 3 weeks in that entire time. A quick recap on this car. I bought it in Hokkaido, which is a really northern part of Japan, and I bought it in February earlier this year, and I didn't actually get it until in March because there's a lot of snow and bad weather up in the north of Japan. Nobody wanted to get the car, and the car also had to come down on a ferry, which took a few days because it's so far to get up to the north. The car came to me with a few problems, a few electrical issues, and I really cannot stand electrical issues, especially on an old Ford. There was, I didn't have any indicators, I didn't have any dash lights, no aircon, and a fuse or two blew, preventing me from starting the car. And on top of that, I had to repaint the car because the Japanese sun is really intense and it had faded the red away whilst the car was back in Tokyo. But at the same time as repainting the car, I also did the underbody, restored it. Really good job. It looks absolutely amazing. The car was then looking faultless, but I still had these electrical faults. So it took a little bit of time to fix these electrical faults, and I had to buy a few parts, send them out from England, and today here we are. One of the things that I did was I had no dash lights, so I had to send these gauges and the speedo back to the UK. That took about 2 months. Paint restoration took 3 or 4 months. Everything took a long time with this car, and finally I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're going to be able to get through the video. Now, I come from a background of mainly GTRs. I've had probably 8 or 9 R32 GTRs. I've had 2 or 3 33 GTRs, and I've had a 34 GTR, I've had a 35. So GTR is really lag. I tell you what, that's one thing that I wasn't prepared for. When you jump in this car, it's the big turbo model, there is nothing but lag, and you've really got to adjust how you drive, because you hit a slight incline or you get behind some traffic and you've got to drop it sometimes to second or even first to beat the lag. So that was a bit of a learning curve. But anyway, what can I say about this car so far in my experience? One of the main points beside the lag that I can notice is the handling. This car is on a different set of suspension. It's some kind of coilover, I don't know what it is, but it's old. However, the car really does handle like it's on rails. You can really sort of feel that short wheelbase. When you push the car through the corners, you can feel it. You can feel how short the wheelbase is. So I really like that. It was really different because obviously the cars that I was used to were longer, a bit different, a bit heavier perhaps as well. But this car It's very, very nimble. You can feel that it's really light. I mean, you know, drivability, a lot of people say they don't drive too well, you know, and yeah, I can see it a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to hype the Escort Cosworth up to be an amazing, perfect all-rounder. If you jump into a, I don't even want to compare, but if you jump into a GTR, you're going to notice there is a difference. You know, even a 1992 R32 GTR, I'm not talking about spec or performance, I'm just talking about drivability. You do sort of feel that there is a difference. You can tell that it is an old Ford, is what I want to say. That's the nicest way of putting it. You know, it is an old Ford. Performance-wise, I can't speak for a original standard example, because this car does have a few modifications. It has the suspension, like I mentioned, some coilovers. There is also a Group A intake. There's a Group A blow-off valve. There's lots of tanks in the engine bay as well that I'll show you a little bit later as well. I think the injectors are a light blue. They're known as 400s. And there's a chip in the ECU. There's a 3-bar map sensor. I think the downpipe is not original. It's wrapped in some sort of material. It could be original, but as of yet, I haven't got to that yet to actually check it. But I do have another exhaust system waiting to go on in the garage. That's going to kind of complete modifications really in terms of a bit more sound, a bit more power. I also have a different radiator, intercooler, ready to go in. So that's going to basically finish off what I want to do modification wise. I don't want to push this car too hard out here in Japan. As you've probably noticed, I mentioned in a few other videos that I've done, getting people to fix them, getting parts for them is impossible. If something happened to this car, the engine, tomorrow, one of my only options really would be to send the car back to the UK in a container and have someone fix it there. So that's real Cosy life out here in Japan. So I try not to push it, but at the same time, it was built to be pushed. So I do like hearing it. I do like feeling the boost. I do like giving it some. I just don't do it all the time. I think that's the best way moving forward. So, you know, so far my opinion on the car is I actually really like it because it's very different to what I've had before, and I like that it is so different for other people to see as well on the road. You know, it shocks quite a lot of people. They don't know what it is, and then you get those real enthusiasts out here in Japan that do know what it is, and they're sort of breaking their necks trying to look because you just don't see them on the road. I can't even imagine how many there are here. I want to say similar to the Ford Focus RS, a couple of handfuls, maybe a dozen at the most, and slowly they have been getting exported over the years. So it is a really, really rare car, and it is a really fun experience out here. And of course, you know, when you get to a certain age, like I am now, early 40s, you start to want to catch a little bit of your youth back. Hence, a Cosy in Japan. I love the dash layout. It's different to anything I've ever driven. It has that European sort of flavor to it. It's very different. And, you know, ultimately, there's nothing like owning a Cosy, honestly. You know, knowing that your people back home built this, and it is a legend. It's an absolute legend. The whole vibe that you get from just Cosworth, you know, my people. It's really, it sounds daft, but you know, when you've been out here as long as I have, and you finally get a chance to have something that comes from your country, and it hits really hard deep inside. And yeah, I couldn't be more happier with the car. thank you very much for watching, everyone. It's been a blast. I didn't get to give it as much as I wanted to. I'm going to save that for when I add the exhaust, which is in the garage. So hopefully within the next week or so, that's going to go on the car and I'll be able to make a much better video with better sound. But it was cool. And I'm also trying to play safe before anything breaks. I also want to learn the car a little bit more. So I promise that the next video for this car is going to be a ton better. So like I said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. It's a bloody cosy.